Hello students. So today I will discuss about the third part of the first chapter. It is electric field. Okay, I'll discuss about electric field. Okay, this is the third part of chapter, electric charges and fields. Okay, this is the first chapter. So this is the third part. I have already discussed in my previous classes about the electric charge. Okay, Coulomb's law. Okay, the force between multiple of charges, that is the principle of superpositions. So today I'll discuss about electric field. So you see, electric field is very important, like Coulomb force. Okay, now what is electric field actually? Suppose there is a charge, say Q. This is suppose a charge. Okay, now if we place a test charge, another charge, suppose here, this is called test charge because it is under experimentation. So this is called test charge. Test charge. Okay, so if we place a test charge in the or in any region around a charge, say Q, this is called in fact source. This is called source charge. Source. Okay, charge. Now obviously, as I have discussed earlier, this charge will repel it. Means is exert a force on this. So that means it will repel means what? It will move along these directions because of repulsion. Okay. So now, suppose now if we place this charge here, then also what? It repel it. Okay. Or you may place it here, then also it repels. Okay, or you may place it here, then also it repel. You may place it here, then also it repel. Okay, because we know that like charges repel each other. That means this charge experience a force due to this charge. Okay, so you can say that what is electric field? Electric field is the certain region around a source charge. Okay, this is a region around a source charge where a test charge experiences a force. That region of space is called what? Electric field. Okay, so what is electric field? It is the region of space. Okay, it is the region of space. Okay, region of space around a source charge, around a source charge. Okay, where a test charge experiences a force. Where a test charge experiences a force. Okay. So from here you can say that this charge is not positive. The source charge is positive, so it's repel it. So you can say that what is the direction of electric field? So for the positive charge, the direction of field is what? It is what? Away from this charge. So you can say if it is a positive, for a source charge, here you see this is the source charge, suppose Q, positive Q. So if we place a charge here, it repel. If we place a charge here, it's repel. If we place a charge here, it's repel. If we place this charge here, it's repel. Like that. If you place the charge here, it repel like that. It's repel. It's repel. Okay. It's repel. So you can say the direction. What is the direction? Direction is what? Is radially outward. Okay, radially outward. So you can remember it. That is the direction of electric field. Okay, electric field for a positive charge. For a positive charge is what? Is radially outward. Radially what? It's outward. Radially outward. Now suppose this charge is negative. Then what will happen? You see. Now suppose this charge, you make it negative. This suppose source charge is now suppose negative. Now what happen? You tell me. If this charge is negative, then what happen? What will happen? we know that like charges attract each other. Now this charge will attract this Q naught. Okay. Now the source charge, the negative source attract this. Okay, attract this. So it along this direction. Okay, it attracts. So it is come closer. Okay, it will move towards the source charge. Okay. So here you see, if the source charge is negative, then what is the difference? The difference is the direction. You see the arrow mark. Direction is what? Towards the charge. So here you can say that the direction of electric field for a negative charge. Negative charge is radially what? Radially what? It is inwards. Inwards. Okay, it is inwards. So what is electric field basically? It is the space around a source charge where a test charge experiences a force. That region of force is called what? Electric field. If it is positive charge, the direction is radially outward. If it is negative charge, direction is radially what? Inward. So this is all about your electric field. Okay, now you can ask me, then what about this test charge? Whether this charge will not experience or will not produce a field? The answer is no. Because test charge means what? It is very, very small charge. Very, very small. So it is too small that it can produce a field which is negligible. You can always neglect compared to this. So test means only under experiment. Its field is very, very less, so you can neglect it. So we just talk about the field of what? Source charge, the big charge, okay? Not for test charge. Test charge we will not calculate the electric field. Electric field always calculated for the source charge, okay? Just remember, this is under test, experiment. Its field is negligible, or you can say it will not produce any field. Field is produced by only the bigger charge or the source charge, okay? Now let us find out the expression for electric field. Means how can we calculate the electric field? Or it is called electric field intensity, okay? Electric field intensity. Electric field intensity, okay? Now what is electric field intensity? So here this is the charge, say Q, source charge, and here this is the test charge. So obviously this charge experiences a force, means repel it. It repels this charge. Means it will move along this direction. See F01 means force on the charge 0 due to this one. Or you can say just put F. This is a force experienced by this charge due to this. Say this distance is R. So obviously this charge experiences a force due to this. And what is field intensity? That is given by what? Force experienced by this charge per unit charge. That is F divided by Q naught. This is the electric field intensity. So I'm going to define it. You can say that the Coulomb force or the electric force experienced by the test charge per unit charge is called what? Electric field intensity. Okay. So simply you can say that it is electric force or Coulomb force. Coulomb force per unit what? Test charge. That is the strength of electric field, or you can say electric field intensity. So obviously it is a vector quantity, because force is a vector quantity, so it is a vector quantity. Vector quantity. And what is SI unit? Its SI unit is what? Unit is F, Newton for charge Coulomb. So SI unit is what? Newton per Coulomb. Now let us find out its magnitude. So magnitude of electric field. Magnitude of electric field. So how can you found? You know the formula for F. Okay. It is what? F by Q naught. Now what is F here? The Coulomb force between these two. You know the expression? 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q naught by R square. So this is the expression of what? Force. Divided by test charge. What is test charge? Here it is Q naught. So this Q naught cancel out. So it will be what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square. Okay. So this is the expression. This is the magnitude of what? Electric field. So magnitude of electric field is what? E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q by r square. This is a field of what? Field of this, not this. This is q naught is a test charge. It experiences the force. Now we calculate electric field for which? For source charge, not for test charge. I already told you this is test charge, means it is very small in magnitude, so it will produce a very less field which you can neglect. So we already we will calculate the field due to the source charge, not due to test charge. Okay, so this expression is what? E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q by r square. That means here you see electric field inversely proportional to what? Square of distance. So if we plot a graph between electric field and distance, it will be what? A curve. So here E proportional to what? 1 by r square. So this is all about what? Electric field intensity. What is electric field intensity? It is the force experienced by a test charge per unit test charge. That is called electric field intensity. It is given by F by Q naught. And in terms of distance, what is the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon q by r square. That's all. Okay. Now let me discuss in details how to find the direction of electric field. Because in numericals, again, it is important to understand the direction of electric field, because otherwise you cannot solve numericals, okay, from here. So before that, let me discuss about electric field lines, okay? Electric field lines. Now what is electric field lines? Now suppose this is a positive charge. So lines, field lines or path you can say. So suppose this is isolated, this is free. It is not suppose there is no any charges placed anywhere. It is a free charge. Okay, it can move anywhere. Now this charge can move along this direction or along this. That means it can move along any directions, any direction, whatever path it can follow. It can follow whatever path it can follow, or it can move along a what? Car path also. So this charge, if it's allowed, suppose if it is allowed to move freely, it can move along a straight path or it can move along a car path, whatever path it can follow. So now, what is electric field lines? This is simply imaginary. Okay, it is a path along which a positive charge moves. Okay, so this line is called electric field line. This is electric field line. Electric field line. This is also electric field line. Okay, this is also electric field line. That means, what is electric field line? It may be a straight or curve path. Okay, the straight or curve path along which a positive charge moves. So by convention we are using the positive one. Okay, so it is the straight or curve path along which a positive charge moves. That path is called what? Electric field line. So whatever be the path along which a charge moves, that path is called what? Electric field line. Okay. Now let me discuss some properties of electric field lines. Some properties of electric field line. Okay. Properties of electric field line. The first one, electric field lines are outward. Okay, outward for positive charge and inward for negative charge. Okay, the electric field lines are outward for positive charge and inward for negative. I already discussed. Okay, why it is outward for positive and inward for negative. I already discussed in while discussing the electric field. Okay, so this is suppose a positive charge. So field lines will be outward. This is outward. Okay, this is outward. Outward means away from that. Away from that. from that. Then this suppose negative charge, the direction will be what? Inward towards the charge. So this point you have to remember while finding the direction of electric field. Here you have to remember, for positive charge it is outward, and for negative charge it is inward. Secondly, they never form a closed loop. This is very important point. Okay, the electric field lines never form a closed loop. Never form a closed loop means what? Suppose this is positive charge and this is suppose negative charge. They always extend from what? Positive to negative. Always positive, negative. Closed loop means what? If it is like this, from positive to negative, again from negative to positive, but it's not possible. Okay, so they never form. They always one direction, from positive to negative. Never be from negative to positive. So they never form what? A closed loop. Thirdly, you can say that they extend from positive charge and end at negative charge. So they extend from positive charge and end at what? Negative charge. So they extend from positive charge and end at negative. That's already we have seen that start from positive and end at negative. Move to the next property. Fourth one, the tangent drawn at any point on the field line gives the direction of electric field. Okay, direction of electric field. The tangent drawn at any point on the field line gives the direction of electric field. That means suppose this is a straight path along with this charge moves. If we want to find the direction of electric field at this point, suppose at this point P, what is the direction of electric field at this point? You draw a tangent there. Since it is straight line, tangent in same direction, so this is the direction of electric field at this point. Okay, but if this charge moves along a carbon, say moves along a carbon, this is field line. Okay, and you want to find the direction of electric field at this point. So here what you have to do? You draw a tangent. Okay, this is the tangent. So this is direction of what? Electric field. So in order to find the direction of electric field along a field line, then what you have to do? You have to draw a tangent at that point. Okay, so tangent drawn at any point gives the direction of what? Electric field at that point. Okay, so this is the direction of electric field at this point. You have to draw a tangent there. If it is straight line, then tangent in the same direction itself. But if it is a curved one, then the direction of electric field will be different from what? Direction of electric field line. They will be different. Okay, so you will draw a tangent there. Next property. They are imaginary. They are imaginary. Obviously, because you cannot visualize, you cannot see the direction of field lines, or cannot see the number of field lines. Okay, you cannot visualize it. That's why they are called what? Imaginary. You can only experience, a charge only can experience force. Okay, the path you cannot see. So they are imaginary. Okay. So these are some of the important properties. Okay, and sixth one is very important. It is two electric field lines never intersect each other. Okay, never intersect each other. So this is one of the very important property. Why they never intersect? So this is one electric field line and this is another electric field line. So why they never intersect at a point? Because you see, suppose if they intersect at a point, okay, then this is the common point for both. So at this point, for this electric field line, the direction will be what? Electric field along this. and for this field line, direction of field will be what? Along these two tangents. So you see, that means at a given point we know that two tangents are not possible. At a given point only one tangent can be drawn. But here, if they intersect at a given point, there will be two tangents, which is not possible. That's why two electric field lines never intersect each other. Okay? So I think you got the point. Two field lines never intersect each other because if they intersect, then at a given point, there will be two tangents showing two directions of electric field, which is not possible. Okay? And that's why two field lines never intersect each other. So these are some of the properties of electric field lines. It is very simple. You go through it. Okay, you can easily understand. Now the most important part of this topic is the direction of electric field, because if you do not understand the direction of electric field, then you cannot solve numericals, okay, related to electric field. So direction of electric field. So this is very simple. Only you have to remember what? For positive charge is outward, radially outward, okay? Outward, that is away from charge. And for negative charge, it is what? Inward, that is towards the charge. So this point you have to remember. Don't confuse with the force. To find direction of force, what I have told you, that like charges repel, unlike charges attract. That you have to apply to find the direction of force. But to find direction of field, what you have to remember, that is for positive charge, it is outward. For negative charge, it is inward. That means if it is positive charge, direction of field at this point will be what? It's outward. Suppose point P, this is direction of electric field at this point. If it is negative charge, suppose at this point, what is direction of electric field? It is inward towards the charge. Okay, this field at this point. So very simple. Just you see carefully. For positive charge, direction of field at this point, outward. For negative charge, direction of field at this point is inward. Clear? Okay. Now let me give some example, then it will be more clear. So this point, just remember, very important point. Okay. Now just to better understanding, let me give some examples. Say there's combination of charge Q1, Q2, and you have to find the direction of field at this point, at this point, at this point. And considering both are positive here, it is also positive, it also positive. You have to find the resultant field, okay, total field for you due to this as well as this. Now at this point, this is region 1, say region 2, this region 3. So here you see, this is what? Positive charge. So for this charge, at this region, field will be what? Outward. So this is outward. A from the charge, okay, remember. E1. For this charge, this is also positive, it is also what? Outward. So it is this way. It is E2. So you see here, both are same direction. The resultant will be what? At this region, it is E1 plus E2. Okay? Like that. Now at this point, here you see, this is positive. For this it is outward away from this charge. So E1 along this. But this is negative, outward. Outward means away from this charge. It is along this. Okay, I repeat. At this point you see, this is positive charge. Outward means away from this charge. So E1 away from this charge. For this charge at this point, outward away from this charge. It is along this. So here you see, they are in opposite directions. So what will be total? What is the total field at this region? It is E1 minus E2. Why has been subtracted? Why it is been subtracted? Because they are in opposite directions. This you have to see carefully. Okay. Now at this point, it is region 3. For positive, outward means along this E1. For this also positive outward, so here also it is same direction. So here it is what? E in region 3 it is E1 minus E1 plus E2. So you said you see in this region same direction we added, in this region same direction it is added, here in opposite direction it is been subtracted. So just to find the direction of electric field, what you have to see, you have to follow the nature of the charge. Okay, if it is positive, outward, if it is negative, inward. That's all. Okay, now let me give you an example on numerical. Okay, two charges, 1 coulomb and say 1 coulomb and say 8 coulomb. 1 coulomb and 8 coulomb are at a distance of say √2 meter in vacuum. Find the point from the charge 1 coulomb where the resultant electric field is 0. Okay, so two charges 1 coulomb and 8 coulomb are at a distance of √2 meter in vacuum. Find the point from the charge 1 coulomb where the resultant field is 0. So here, so there are two charges, say Q1 1 coulomb, Q2 8 coulomb, and this distance is √2 meter. You have to find the point from this Q1, this 1 coulomb where the field is 0. Suppose at this point, say, you just consider this at this point electric field is 0. Now you have to find the direction of electric field. Here is this is positive, the direction is what? Outward, means away from this charge, so it is E1. Then you find for Q2, this is also positive, here it is outward, means away from the charge Q2, so it is what? E2. So here you see at this point E1 and E2, they are in opposite directions. So in order to, the field is 0 at this point, if the field is 0 at this point, so E1 and E2 must be equal. Because they are in opposite direction, if their magnitudes are equal, then the field will be 0 here. So here you have to find the point where the field is 0. So we know that the field is 0 at this point. You have to find the distance. So since field is 0 at this point, so E1, E2 must be equal. So you take this distance, suppose R, so this distance will be what? √2 minus R. You have to find this distance R, okay? So you can say that since the field is 0 at point P, therefore E1 is equal to E2. So you put the values down. 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square. So Q1 by R square. For E2, 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q2 by what? √2 minus R whole square. Okay? So this cancel out. Q1 is what? 1 coulomb R square. Q2 is what? 8 coulomb √2 minus R whole square. Okay, so from here it is 1 by R, you take square root both sides, it is 2 √2 by √2 minus R, or you can say it is 2 √2 R equal to √2 minus R, or 2 √2 plus 1 into R equal to √2. So R is what? √2. 2 by 2 root 2 plus 1. Rest you can calculate. Okay, you can calculate yourself. Root 2 is what? 1.4. 2 into 1.4 plus 1. So you just calculate to find this value. Okay. So this is R. So what you have to do? You have to find the value of electric field at this point due to Q1, then due to Q2. And we have seen that they are in opposite direction. That's why in order to, okay, total field is 0. They must be equal. So E1 must be equal to what? E2. Then only the field at this point is 0. That's why I have taken E1 is equal to E2. Otherwise, if E1 is not equal to E2, then field will not be 0 at this point. Since it is given in question, you have to find the point where the field is 0. So we are considering the field is 0 at this point. And that's why I am taking E1 is equal to E2. Okay. So here it is simple because only two charges are there. If there are more than two charges, then again you have to find the direction and then find the resultant, because electric field is also vector quantity. Like resultant force, here also you have to calculate resultant field. Another question you take, find the resultant electric field on the charge 1 coulomb placed at the center of the square as shown in figure. We suppose a square. Here is charge 1 coulomb, here also 1 coulomb, here also 1 coulomb, here also 1 coulomb. And at the center, another charge 1 coulomb is there. Here also 1 coulomb. You have to find the total force on this, total electric field. Find the total electric field on, not on the charge, it is the total electric field at the total electric field. Find the resultant electric field at the center of the square. You have to find the electric field at the center of the square. Okay, here you have to find the electric field. So what you have to do here, you have to find the directional electric field first. So at this point you see this is positive charge, so directional field will be what? Outward. Outward means what? Along this. For this charge, along this, outward. Okay. So this is E1, this suppose, or you can put suppose A, B, C, D. So this is EA. And this charge again, what here? Outward. So it is away from the charge. So this is EC. Again for this charge, this also what? Positive charge. It is away from the charge along this. It is ED. And for this charge, it is away along this EB. So what we have seen, you see EC and EA. Here EC is equal to what? EA. Why they are equal? Because you know the diagonals of square are equally bisect. Okay, so this equal to this equal to this, and charges are also equal. 1 coulomb, 1 coulomb, 1 coulomb. So the field will be same. Similarly, so you can say that E1, EA and EC cancel. They cancel because their values are equal but in opposite direction. Similarly, EB is equal to what? ED. So here they also cancel. The EB and ED cancel because they are also same in magnitude but opposite in directions. So they are cancelled. So resultant field will be what? It is 0. So resultant field at this point is what? 0. So calculation is same. Like in order to find the resultant force, only direction part is different. So what you have to remember, you see, for force, what you have to remember for force? It is like charge repel and unlike charge attract. This you have to remember for force. Okay, they are very important. And for field, means electric field, what you have to remember? For positive charge, it is outward, and for negative charge, it is inward. Okay, so don't confuse. Okay, don't confuse with these two. If you want to find the force, use this concept. If you want to find field, use this concept. Okay, so in I'll provide the PDF notes with some solved numericals, how to find the resultant field, resultant force, and then I will give some assignment also. Okay, so you try to solve the questions by yourself after understanding all this part and understanding the solve questions that I will give you. Then you try to solve as much as numericals from here. It is very simple. Only the vector formula is applicable, and for direction, this only you have to remember. Okay, thank you.